fuck, boy.
You like that? You like that? I like that.
That is very offensive.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of TACT Lab, where four guys sit down to talk about pretty much anything. I'm Tyler, and like always, I'm surrounded by three friends. To my right, I got Chris. Chris, how are you this week?
Doing all right. Coming down from that Thanksgiving high.
Yeah, got that full belly?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah? Nice. Got Thomas in front of me. How are you, Thomas?
I'm great.
Nice.
I'm great.
Anything to share with us?
I'm great.
Nice. How about your full belly?
Did you have any of the things on that list?
What?
The food.
The food list. Like ambrosia salad?
Giblet
No.
gravy.
No. No, I ate good food.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. All right, to my left, I got Alex. How are you?
Pretty good. Let's say R.I.P. to Nate Robinson.
Rip.
Oh, yeah. He got put to sleep.
Can you imagine dunking on Dwight Howard and then getting put down by a YouTube guy?
Yeah,
It's
I saw
because he's
that.
an actual fighter, Chris.
Okay.
I saw that.
He's been in fights.
I've seen some
just
funny
funny.
memes.
Lots of
funny
memes.
memes.
A lot of the basketball players are like, we don't claim him no more.
Yeah, he's because he was just like, I'm doing it for the boys.
And they're
And
like,
then,
Yeah, somebody said it's not the fight. It's not the fact that you lose a fight that's embarrassing anymore. It's the fact that there will be memes afterwards.
this guy
That's
can't show his
embarrassing.
face in public no more.
yeah.
Everybody, there was like pictures of everybody like taking pictures of themselves laying face down on the floor, or just video game moments that they slid him into. Yeah, it's really funny stuff. So
So, how about you, Tyler?
How you
good.
doing?
Yeah.
I'm great. I'm drinking this this Merry Mashup Mountain Dew that Chris was. He gave all of us one.
You notice I'm the only one that didn't drink it.
Yeah, I'm worried it's drugged.
Yeah.
Somehow he syringed these.
Mine's still upstairs.
It's all right.
I'm feeling festive over this drink,
All right.
for sure. That and 104.7, it's got me feeling Christmassy, for sure.
Nope.
No, you're not a
Nah.
Christmas fan?
Got to put the tree up tomorrow.
Like the presents part as well. Like,
I don't like having to decorate.
Yeah, you're a man of few things that you enjoy.
No, you went kind of all out for Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
So
did.
at Christmas, you're like, eh.
You
Yeah.
did, and you did go all out on Halloween.
Yeah.
I
like
enjoy
Halloween.
I enjoy that holiday too, but I don't fucking push shit out for it. So
but you don't like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nah,
You
I
don't?
Fuck that movie.
It's the perfect Thanksgiving movie.
it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Fuck that movie.
Oh, it's the best. It's like
Fuck
a
that movie.
midpoint.
It's a Christmas and a Halloween movie.
What don't you like about it?
There's a musical.
A claymation.
Oh,
Claymation's fine. I don't like that it's a
no.
musical.
He likes James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah, really.
That was
Are-
a decent movie.
Those
All right.
giant peaches.
Wait, 1 second. Do you like Beetlejuice movie?
Yeah.
Do you like Edward Scissorhands movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not Tim Burton. It's just I don't like musicals.
Well, we're going to give it a try. Solid try. We've got FBI assassinations.
CIA.
I didn't even
really?
do CIA. So I'm excited about CIA part.
Just government coups.
And the Clintons. We're going to throw them in there cuz they're their
Yeah.
own entity. A smidge of the Clintons.
What, the HRC taking in the DNC?
Are you down with DNC? You know me.
Yeah, HRC.
Yeah, you don't know me.
Chris, tell us what the
AOC, yeah, you DNC.
tell us what those
AOC.
letters mean. HRC.
Man, there's a bunch of acronyms in the left. What, DNC?
HRC.
Oh, HRC. Hillary Rodham Clinton.
And then DNC.
Democratic National Convention?
Yeah.
Yes. But then you also have the Republican, right? National
Yeah,
Convention.
RNC.
Yeah, the
The
RNC.
GOP.
The GOP.
Yeah.
And then,
There's a bunch.
yeah.
We'll just say there's a bunch.
Oh, there was a shit ton in the military.
Yeah.
You just talked in acronyms in the military.
GWB?
GWB?
Yeah.
George?
W?
W.
B.
Oh,
The Bush?
Oh, Walker, right?
And then
No,
there's
no.
GWHW
HW. There's a
The
Jebby,
junior? The senior?
CIA.
CIA Central
FBI.
Intelligence Agency.
DCI.
Yeah. FBI, Federal Bureau.
Yeah. You got the NSA, the TFSA, the FFA,
TNA,
the
the
FCC.
FFA.
NWAs.
OBAMA.
I like the TNA.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, to officially embark us on this adventure, we're going to begin with Thomas.
Okay. Let me find.
Bring us the death list.
Get us into this, Just ease it in.
Let's see, did y'all hear about the President Trump assassination attempt?
No.
No.
By QAnon, right?
Well, QAnon tried to kill their leader?
No, QAnon didn't try to kill
They
Trump.
started it, right?
What is QAnon?
I didn't get into QAnon.
That's
We'll
a
have to save that
whole
for
other
another
beehive.
episode.
Can we say what QAnon means?
Yeah.
I think it
That's
means-
what I meant.
It's not legal. They're just, branded as a domestic
does it
terrorist group by the FBI.
No, what's the acronym?
Yeah, what is
QAnon?
acronym? Yeah, that's what I
What
meant.
does the Q mean?
QAnon, the letter Q came from the 4chan user Q that was pushing conspiracy theories out, and then the Anon was just part of
Anonymous.
I thought it was Quincy.
Somebody watched James Bond too much.
But he was John Quincy Adams.
John Quincy.
JQA, that's the original one. JTT, it's another one.
That was from the 90s, though.
JTT. Well, President Trump was almost assassinated multiple times. That's probably why he's getting out of office now. But we'll
He's
save
just
that
like,
for
I'm
another.
done.
I haven't even
Yeah.
heard about any of these assassination
Yeah.
attempts.
Well, there was the one where he was given the press briefing a couple months ago, and somebody started shooting outside the White House. On
I remember
like
that
17th
one.
Avenue.
And he's
or
just
something.
like, I'm out, boys.
Yeah, so Secret Service came in and swooped him out of there during the news conference.
CNN came on, they're like, man, I can't believe he didn't sit there and take it like a man.
Yeah.
But Reagan, you missed.
Was that the one where they were a little slow, or was that the?
It was a slow run
And
out
some
of
guy
there.
came in there and was like, and it was like,
I guess I remember the one where his Trump plane was behind him and he was at a rally.
no, this one he was talking. He was just
Yeah,
sitting
he
there
was in the
talking.
White House
I
giving a
got you,
news
I got you.
conference about COVID.
Like,
or
you don't think
something.
he would have heard the gunshots and been like, oh.
He did not hear the gunshots.
Or
It was reported
He's-
outside.
I figure maybe DC's close enough to Baltimore where it's like constant gunshots.
There's a lot of gunshots in that
It's
area.
like ambient noise. It's like, pop, 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 pop.
They're just deaf to it now.
Like here in Virginia, you wake up to gunshots from the north.
That's your rooster calling.
I'll be honest. I'm sorry. I just learned about the District of Columbia.
What do you mean you just learned
No, you
about
didn't.
What?
You didn't.
What?
I thought
You thought
I
DC
thought-
was a state?
I thought Washington D.C. was a part of Virginia or whatever state that it borders.
Maryland?
That's where they drew Superman and stuff. That's what you thought.
I just
Wonder
didn't.
Woman and Batman was in
I
DC.
didn't know the District of Columbia was its own. Like, is it a state?
It's a
It's a
district.
district.
It's its
But
own
yeah,
place.
it's its own thing. Yeah.
But it's its own thing. Like, it has electoral votes and it's its own
Right.
thing.
It
It's a
has,
district.
it has taxation with no representation.
But it's not a state.
No, because it's a
No, it's
district.
not a state. It's a district.
Well, what's it a part? What state is it a part of?
None.
None. It's
I
its
mean,
own thing.
technically, Virginia and Maryland own it.
Yeah.
Like, if they tried to become a state, Virginia could be like, hold up now. This is our land, really.
Yeah.
Why
It's
is
right
that the
there.
only district like that in the
Because
United
it's
States?
where the government rules.
It's the nation's
And
capital.
they made it a district so that technically they would have their own land to protect.
Why didn't they put that in the middle of the United States that was far, far away from nukes?
13 colonies.
They didn't think of nukes back then.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back on topic.
Yeah, 200 years ago.
They also didn't think about assault rifles when they wrote the Second Amendment.
Oh, okay.
well,
They were thinking about real bears and real arms.
technically, a 50 cal a machine gun is not an assault rifle, so we should be able to own that because there's no forward grip, there's no magazine that goes in it, there's no collapsible buttstock.
All right.
There's ways around that.
I
So
guess so. Well, President Trump was heroically saved that day, but there was also another attempt on his life. That was when a Canadian woman named Pascal Ferreira.
When did Canada get so hostile?
She,
We closed the border for COVID. They're like, you're racist. We're
They
coming after
love
you.
their knives.
Well, this was back in September, not long ago,
Like
but
September?
yeah,
Wow.
September of this year.
She tried to cross the border during COVID?
Yes. Yeah. So Miss Ferreira, I'll just call her that.
Sounds hot.
She was a Canadian. She was actually here in America first.
Well, she was stuck.
She was in Texas.
Let me go home.
She was in Texas, and she has family and cousins that live here. And she was just fed up with the way Trump was, governing or whatever, presidenting.
Fuck Trump.
Yeah, she was a hashtag kill Trump, hashtag fuck Trump, one of those people. So she decided to get the very poisonous chemical ricin, and she tested it out by mailing it to the Texas
You
prison
think she
first.
was a Breaking Bad fan?
She might have saw that on Netflix or AMC, whichever she caught it on first. So yeah, she tested it out by mailing it to the Texas prison nearby, and the law enforcement didn't like that, so they shipped her back to Canada.
What did that prove? Let me test it by sending it to prison.
They didn't like that.
They didn't
They
like that.
didn't approve of the mail-in racing.
They didn't like that. They didn't like it. So they shipped her back to Canada. Wow. She made a couple more Facebook posts calling him the ugly tyrant clown. And she said that Trump has ruined USA, and she could not stand another 4 more years of him. So from Canada, she mailed to the White House envelopes full of ricin.
And the envelopes made it past the border.
The envelopes made it to the White House, but since 1996, the White House has had a mail opening facility where they open all the packages before it goes anywhere near any officials.
Oh, I just assumed a mailman walked up and put it through a slot.
It's like, here you go, Mr.
Safari
Trump.
hat, walked up, there you go.
Trump just walks down from the Oval Office and is like, see what's in here
Thank you,
today.
sir.
Fuck Trump, fuck Trump, fuck Trump. These people love me. So yeah, she mailed him that. They easily traced it back to her and the Texas facilities because it was on record.
You ignorant bitch, look at my fucking eyes when I'm talking to you.
So she tried to come across the border. Border Patrol stopped her. She had knives and guns in her car.
Oh, wow.
So you're telling me that free health care failed her? Or
She
does
had
Canada not
knives
do
and
mental
guns?
stuff?
She was fearing for America while she was here in America, even though she was from Canada.
You think the free health care system in Canada would have saved her with their mental issues?
I
But
don't know.
It's not.
I guess not.
I'm
I guess
surprised she had knives and guns.
She was
Where'd she
dead
get a
set.
gun?
She illegally obtained it. Probably from America.
She
Did she
probably
get-
CNC machined it.
Did she? Was she arrested in America? Is that what you said?
She was arrested at the border.
Okay.
Yeah, and then they traced all this stuff back to her. So,
So the
she's,
Mounties got her.
Yeah, her Facebook and her Twitter, hashtag kill Trump and ugly clown tyrant.
Can you bring up a picture of this woman?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I bet she was on a watch list. She definitely seems like she Googles.
I think she's
Bad stuff.
I think she is.
I think this episode probably put me on a watch list. Like just Googling assassinations and FBI
Wait,
and
people
all that.
do that. They know that people like Googling that.
Oh, I don't think it's very hard to get put on a watch list. I think they check you out for a split second.
She
and
looks
they-
like someone that would kill somebody.
Whoa, that's a woman?
Yeah, she's 53.
Whoa.
I didn't know you turned into a male at 53 if you're in Canada.
Yeah, she is into the same sex.
Like you see
Nothing
the
against
second
that.
one on
All
the bottom?
respect.
She looks like one of the characters from the Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, she's on the cover of that thing on Netflix.
So yeah, she
She's
tried
like,
to
this
mail rice.
pussy ain't gonna lick itself.
Yeah, I didn't get it out for air.
So yeah, she was very weird. And then on Fox
Impressive.
News,
I bet it took a few guys to take her down.
probably a few women too.
Got a strength of 2 women.
Oh my God, she's
She can bench press 130.
She's a modern day Samson.
Samson. So yeah, so then on Fox News back in 2017, we also have a conspiracy, if you want to call it that, where they said that the FBI was out to kill Donald Trump by any means necessary.
Why would they do such a thing?
Because he won the first presidential election, the FBI director of the time that was probing the Russian disinformation investigation for the voter fraud, he had been texting other officials and politicians saying, quote, "We've got to make sure that this guy doesn't get in at all costs."
They thought he was going to drain the swamp.
Yeah.
So there's no proof or evidence other than this one text message from the FBI director, but it is kind of suspicious that, you know, he would say that, and they were investigating Trump.
yeah.
documents.
Apparently, they started the investigation without actually informing him. Apparently, they were supposed to inform him that they were going to do an investigation on him because they did that for Hillary when they investigated her emails.
She wasn't the president, though.
Right.
still, I looked into this, and there were rules they broke.
It's all been a shit show ever since he's been in office, so it's whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not saying this to be pro-Trump or anti-Trump or anything. It's just
the facts.
it's just it's
Maybe
something
the facts.
it's just stuff that
I
has
don't
happened.
know if we can say the facts about anything we've
Sure.
discussed today.
It's on the internet.
These were news articles.
Okay.
This stuff really did happen. I didn't make this stuff up.
No, I know you didn't make it up. But it's just like this is how it went down.
Yeah, this is how it went down. I'm not, not saying for or against it or anything. It's just weird.
Oh, yeah.
This is weird.
Do you have anything on the Clinton kills?
I got one thing about the Clinton kills.
What is it?
JFK Jr.
Oh,
I mean, there's airplane crashes, suicides,
Yeah.
deaths. There's a lot. I mean,
prison hangings.
Yeah.
one in particular. Yeah,
Recent.
who's that? That's Epstein, right?
The Bagel Man.
The
Yeah.
Bagel Man. Yeah, we talked about him.
Yeah, he's got the
Epstein
bagel penis.
bagels.
Wait, he's got the egg dick.
Egg dick, yeah.
That's odd for me to think about an egg cock. It's like fat in the middle, small, skinny at the base, skinny at the head, fat in the middle.
It's like it's really tight to get in. It's like a butt plug dick.
Makes that noise
It's
when
like it
gets in.
hurts, and then like once it hurts, it's all it's in there.
But then it hurts coming back out.
It
It hurts
out.
going back in. Hurts coming back out.
can't even-
Damn, Epstein, you got a butt plug dick.
Yeah, they're
Christ.
His head probably turned cone shaped too when it was fucking hanging there.
Purple.
there's a lot of blood that stays up there,
He's doing the
especially
whole-
when they're pulling you down. It just makes it worse.
Yeah, 'cause they gave him a ring dinger in prison.
They gave him the final ring
They
dinger.
wrapped the towel around his head.
They didn't release after they started.
The one guy held his legs down, and the other guy just pulled
They
it
couldn't
up
pull
like
it good
this.
enough, so he had to just kind of like.
Yeah, because he was sitting on the floor, so his legs were 90 degrees
They,
elevated.
they watched that video and was like, we can do that to
we
Epstein.
can give Epstein a ring
They
dinger.
probably told him that too. He's like, I watched that video too. And they're like, let's do it. He's like, okay.
He's like, yeah, I miss my personal chiropractor.
That cop who had like pythons came in.
He literally tried to rip his head off. They said it was some skin tearing.
Jesus. Man, he got a hell of a ring dinger.
He got the ultimate ring dinger.
It's like when he died, he was 3 inches taller.
His feet were the same length.
His feet were the same. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody out there, go to YouTube and
correct.
look up ring dinger back popping. And you'll see exactly what we're talking about. It is the most violent way to get your neck aligned.
We talked about it in pre-show, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. Check out the pre-show
yeah.
on Patreon.
Yeah.
Check out what ring dinger means.
Yes.
Yep.
If we want to get into talking about some of these deaths in particular,
Go for it.
Just jump right in.
there's so many, but there were two that I was most interesting. There was a husband and wife combo, and the wife worked with the Clintons specifically, and then she ended up getting a gunshot wound behind her ear, and they ruled it a suicide. And then her husband was a state trooper, and his fiance was Kathy. Yeah, you think you could? You think you can get it behind your ear?
I mean, you could if you had a pistol. You just, but there's
Yeah.
no. Why would you be like, I'm gonna kill myself?
most people do it in the mouth,
Yeah, you either do it in the mouth or
in the head,
like this.
under the chin.
Not like over here.
You don't think to put it?
No, there's so much error. You could totally go under your brain.
you just paralyze yourself?
Yeah, usually you just
Especially, like, think about going and actually pulling the trigger. You could pull.
Miss.
And the
yeah.
bullet just comes out your sinuses.
Yeah. Or just passes under your skull.
You look like fucking Del Toro and Sicario too.
Oh, which,
Don't he
okay.
get shot through the face?
Yes, he lives. Yes.
Oh, that'd be
And he goes
so
and
bad.
doesn't he get
There's like a
vengeance?
There's a grenade in the.
Oh,
wanna
I need
ruin
to
the
watch
movie.
it. I need to get.
Spoiler alert.
If you haven't watched Sicario 2, you're
like,
fuck
he's
you.
like driving, and
what's
the guys
funny?
come behind him. He's like this, and he pins the grenade. He's like,
I haven't seen it
and then the
yet.
car blows up.
I love the helicopter scene in that, man.
Yeah.
There's 2 helicopters and they kill everybody.
I don't need to see it.
What are you talking about? You haven't seen
No.
Sicario or Sicario 2?
I'll just read the Wikipedia.
He's taking a
yeah.
page from my book with Mandalorian.
I haven't watched it either. Just the scenes y'all sent on YouTube.
Oh, watched it.
Great
Watch
movie.
it. Watch it. Anyways. All right. Kathy Ferguson, she died in 94 in her living room with a gunshot to the head, once again behind the ear. It was ruled a suicide, even though there were several packed suitcases. And then Danny Ferguson was a co-defendant along with Bill Clinton in the Paula Jones lawsuit. Kathy Ferguson was a possible corroborating witness for Paula. So she was found murdered. Her husband was, where is he? Where'd he go?
When did he die at the same time?
He died later. So
Like that day?
Bill Shelton was her. They were engaged.
But did he die like in the same time or like
So
months later?
Kathy died May of '94. Bill died June of '94.
All right, so he did it. He shot her in the back. She was packing to leave. She's like, I'm out of this abusive relationship.
It's possible.
He held her down, shot her in the back of the head.
It's possible.
And then like a month later, he's like, I can't handle this.
It's
and
possible.
Did himself in.
He was really good at acting then because he was adamant that his wife would never kill herself. I mean, and they did lie detector tests. They brought him in. Obviously, you're the first suspect. If you're married, fiance, whatever, you're the first suspect they're going to interview. So they brought him in, and he passed everything with flying colors, but he was adamant that she would never do something like this. Well, then they found him dead at her gravesite, dead the same exact way, behind the ear, killed with a bullet, and they said it was a suicide as well. He he apparently had a dossier that was going to bring out some details, and it was apparently gone.
It's funny how people have like a notebook full of information and stuff that's supposed to out a bunch of people, and people know about this notebook and then it disappears.
Yeah,
Like,
those conspiracy theories love to talk about stuff like that. Like
the black box was missing from Malaysian flight 347. You think that was weird?
there
The whole
was.
fucking plane went missing. That's weird.
Did you read about
That's suspicious.
Where there's no plane wreckage.
There was a plane. You guys are talking about the plane crash that was missing the black box. That was apparently that had the people that were connected to the Clintons, and they apparently never found the black box.
What?
And that they
know that.
it was the first time
They
that
found like the left wing washed up like 3 months later or something.
No,
right?
the plane actually went in forward through time. That's how
and
we
it hit the
couldn't
Twin
find it.
Towers.
No, forward through
It
time.
flew through and it went back in time and crashed. It's like, oh fuck.
That's how 9/11 happened. They
I was
came
like,
back in time to warn
rip.
us of the future. They said, we got to go back in our time traveling airplane and warn these people of COVID. And they ended up in New York because they pinpointed their trajectory.
So they just actually did it an hour earlier.
What happened is it went through a rip in time, came back in 9/11, but was the one that was shot down over Pentagon because they actually rerouted the airplane and the fighter jets were like, fucking shoot them down.
If you calculate the Earth's rotation to the part where the plane,
You just go into space.
the Earth would have came back around at the same exact time.
Yeah, see?
But instead, the rotation would put them at the Pentagon.
Yes. Yep. That's why there's no footage of the airplane.
Solid math.
As soon as it came back through the time rift, it was inside the Pentagon. So it just blew up in the Pentagon.
I think they just went through a time loop, and then when they went through the time loop, they came back on the runway taking off. So just constantly going. Or like the one where it shows the guy jumping out of the cockpit to rendezvous with his mistress, and just let the plane crash somewhere.
you let all the people on board die.
It's just James Bond out of the
How do
cockpit.
you make it out of the cockpit?
He
The
just jumped.
windows open. The cockpit windows do open.
It's like that video where the guy's hanging by his feet.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a real photo.
Because the cockpit windows, they have like 4 locks on them, and then you can crank them open.
I feel like there's some kind of child safety for in-flight.
It's like they lock
Well,
it.
it's got a bunch of locks on it.
Well, the wind keeps it from opening, Chris. You
Yeah,
know?
but somehow this guy strong-armed it open. He rocked
I think something broke it and he flew out and someone held him by his feet until it landed.
Yeah, for like 15 minutes.
Now, the picture from inside the cockpit was fake. But then again, I don't know how there was a picture. The picture outside the plane was fake too, I think. Because who took that picture?
They just had a drone flying next to the plane. That's not right.
You're about 100 yards from the nose of the plane, and you see someone being held by their feet.
That plane's going how fast? He was able to capture it.
like 300 miles an hour.
I don't know how he just didn't fly off
He
his
was
shoes.
in a hot air balloon.
Like he should just.
Going around the world in 79 days.
I figured he would have held the shoes, and then when he landed, the guy pulls it in his shoes.
I held this for nothing.
He's like, this was pretty easy.
I thought it should have been heavier.
I thought it was strong.
Just shoes and socks.
It's just socks and or not. It's just.
Just ankle socks and shoes. Just
Anyway,
another odd death was a man named Ron Brown. He was a Secretary of Commerce, and he was a former DNC chairman.
Why was he killed?
He I don't know why he was killed. No one knows why any of these people were killed.
they stole his black book. We don't know, Chris.
The mystery dies with these people. We only know their connections that they had with the Clintons.
Gotcha.
So he reportedly died in a plane crash. A pathologist close to the investigation reported that there was a hole in the top of Brown's skull resembling a gunshot wound. At the time of his death, Brown was being investigated and spoke publicly of his willingness to cut a deal with prosecutors. The rest of the plane also died. The rest of the people on the plane also died, and a few days later, the air traffic controller committed suicide.
That's weird.
Another little info on this plane crash. They never found the black box. The Air Force, for the first time ever, canceled the safety investigation of a U.S. government crash on friendly soil. And then there was a survivor. She was a stewardess, and she died on the way to the hospital, apparently from a cut to her femoral artery.
Okay.
coincidence.
I'm pinching it. He's pinching it the whole time he found her, and then she's dying. Okay.
Yeah, she survived the plane crash, survived the whole time for them people to get to her, and then died on the way. Yeah.
That could still happen. Blood loss and everything. That could still happen, I guess.
Yeah. It
Don't
could.
they stabilize the victim before they put him in an ambulance?
It's tough to.
ambulance, I
If
don't
her
know.
femoral artery was really cut and bleeding,
She wouldn't be.
She would need a
transported.
hospital.
They would.
it would be tough.
You stabilize the patient before you move them. You don't just be like, all right, she's bleeding out, put her in an ambulance.
Right.
And they have blood on there, too, that they can give you some.
Yeah, but don't they, like you at the thing, they stop your bleeding, then take you.
It's I
Probably
mean,
depends on the situation.
Yeah, if it was an emergency, I mean, where your femoral artery is in the neck.
I know you have some main ones in your neck, on your thighs.
And your femoral artery in your leg.
Yeah, you can
I think
like.
it's the leg one.
We could call Elizabeth.
We have Google.
Right here.
We have the internet. I'm pretty sure it's probably the leg one.
Yeah, it's the femoral artery is a large artery in the thigh.
All right, so they
Hey,
just nicked it.
cool.
Like,
Oh,
so
because like
they're
the
going,
femoral. Yeah.
and then the guy driving the ambulance is like,
you could-
"Oops."
Dude, you could totally
I saw that,
put a tourniquet on that. You could totally put a
I saw
tourniquet
that in a
on the
war
leg.
movie where they in the field and they had to fix the guy's artery, and like you get your clamps out, and you got to pull the artery back out to the other one and connect them.
Yeah.
But then like it
talking about
slipped and shut. Is the Black Hawk Down?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure,
Yeah.
but you can't find it once it goes back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
like,
dead.
Elizabeth has told me about some stuff that's happened in certain operating rooms.
It's a good movie.
I have to be careful because there's like HIPAA laws.
Oh. That wasn't a movie.
As long as she's not like naming names, like, oh yeah, I held John Brown's femoral artery.
I let that son of a bitch slip. I didn't like him.
Well, it says if your femoral artery is severed, you can slip into unconsciousness and even die within a few minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's bad.
So depending on how long it took medical people to get there,
So you telling me they pulled her off the plane, all within 30 seconds, only for her to die a minute later in the ambulance?
well, if it wasn't cut too bad, it could have been a slow bleed out, and then like 10 minutes later,
I don't think that's how that works with that thing. That's like your main thing.
That's the main
Like
artery.
you poke it, it's gonna be going.
Yeah, it's fucking.
True.
They should have put a tourniquet on her leg.
I
If
think
it
they-
was bleeding bad enough, or she had internal bleeding,
They fucked up.
I think it's a little saucy conspiracy theory too.
Yeah.
And we're already coming from the guy dying from a headshot wound
From the back
while
of the head.
plane being crashed.
Yeah. And usually you don't get shot in the back of the head unless you're being executed.
Oh, you know this was Ron Brown. He had a strange hole in the top of his head. He died on the plane crash. They said it resembled a gunshot wound.
Huh.
Like some guy had like a cow prod and went.
Oh, like
then
old No
parach-
Country for Old Men?
Yeah, and he
Some dude
cow-prod
with
the
the
guy.
bowl cut.
I figured it was is someone got to the crash site before major police and they killed him. They double tapped him. They got
got you.
the plane crash was one tap, a bullet to the head was a double tap.
So then they come in and go.
And they offed the fucking stewardess while they were at it.
Yeah,
and
they
then
thought
they
she was
bounced.
dead, and they already bounced.
Or they were like, "We're the first on scene." Like they maybe dressed up as police officers.
And then they hear the girl going.
so convoluted.
I'm so alive. And
People
then-
just-
I don't know how deep people are willing to go for
Okay.
like.
And then
People that
Nonpoint
pay
was
them.
playing in the background.
What was the song?
With the name on it, brother, that I am.
Yeah, they were there too. They were dressed up as
Yeah.
bushes and trees.
So there's James Bunch. He died from a gunshot suicide.
James Bond?
James Bunch.
Oh.
Shot a bunch, wasn't he?
He was shot a bunch.
That's the
Apparently-
guy that made that one song, You're Beautiful.
James Bunch.
James Blunt.
Oh.
Yeah.
know.
He apparently had. Here's one of these things. He apparently had a little black book of people,
Oh,
which contained names of influential people who visited prostitutes in Texas and Arkansas. So, got to keep that guy quiet. We talked about Kathy Ferguson. We talked about Bill Shelton. There's attorneys. There's accountants. There's even a masseuse. There's
There's a ring dinger.
the speech interpreter for the deaf didn't even get a break.
Don't kill me.
So he was the Clinton speech interpreter from 78 until her death, December of 92, and she died in a one-car accident.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
They show her die, and all the deaf people are like, "What is she saying?"
she's like
That's
she's like behind the
new.
wheel trying to sign to people on the sidewalk for help, and
That's
they're
a
like,
new
I
one.
don't know what they're saying.
I would just broke her hands.
I'm going to release your secrets, and it's just two people with hammers. Just God.
I'm pretty.
like-
The funny thing is I'm pretty sure she could speak English. Like,
She wasn't
I'm sure she
mute.
could talk.
Can't interpreters actually understand everything?
They can talk.
No, they only know sign language.
How do they hear people if they're
They're
deaf?
mute.
Oh,
They removed their tongues.
Yeah, that's the prereq for being an interpreter.
okay.
You have to be half Helen Keller.
I didn't know that. They stick hot tongues down there. And
Yeah.
Yep.
this one's funny. This just a random mechanic found a check made out to Bill Clinton in the trunk of a car left at his repair shop. He was found dead after his car had hit a utility pole. I
Seems
think
to
that guy
happen
just
a
had
lot.
drinking problems too.
That's like the Biden laptop of the 90s.
The check.
Yeah, but a check isn't gonna like really tell you much. That laptop was gold. That fucking laptop was gold.
And we don't even know what was stolen it still. They never reported on it.
This one is cool. This one's called these kids. These are kids called Kevin Ives and Don Henry. They're known as the Boys on the Track, and they said that the boys stumbled upon the Mena, Arkansas airport drug operation. They saw a drug deal going down.
How young are these boys?
I don't know.
It's just like Stranger Things.
This is reminding me of that killer from the other week finding people on hills.
I used to sneak around and go watch The Neighbors.
What?
I used to play Army and spy on the
Oh.
neighbors. You know, you were like
I thought you were doing something else. My bad.
like the panty shack I talked about a few episodes ago. That was actually mine, but I subconsciously
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
about it. So
Okay.
they actually saw a drug deal. They were caught. They were killed, and their bodies was put on the railroad tracks, and their bodies were cut in half, or actually in 3 pieces,
By the train or by the people?
by the train.
Okay.
Now, the whole town, there was a lot of people that were apparently connected to hiding these, like covering up this murder. Later report claimed the 2 boys had been slain before being placed on the tracks. Many linked to the case died before their testimony could come before a grand jury. Even the guy who did the autopsy apparently had a connection to this,
The hell?
trying to cover it up. Like a few bigwig people in the town were behind covering up these 2 murders.
That's weird.
It was very, very weird. But they somehow were connected to the Clintons. And then there's just like, man, there's like bodyguards. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's like 15 bodyguards that are also dead. Some died in training accidents. Some died by being actually shot, murdered. There's been 2 people that have died the same way, but many years apart. A guy walked into a Starbucks and blasted a girl that worked for the Clintons, and then ran out. And then years later, another guy that worked for the Clintons was killed in a Starbucks, basically the same exact way.
Don't go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't work for the Clintons.
Go to Dunkin'.
You don't do anything for the Clintons.
You, dude, have an insurance policy if you work for the Clintons, because like you're taking a risk, but make sure your family's going to get paid.
So you saying like these people are dying for Hillary or Bill?
Both.
I'm
Because
thinking-
Bill, people died over some stuff that Bill did too. But mostly Hillary.
I'm thinking Chelsea actually did it, and they're covering it up to cover it for her blood rage.
Yo, for real? Like, would you, if you met Hillary at a bar, I'm sorry, Chelsea, if you met Chelsea at the bar and you were hitting it off and you knew this was Chelsea and her mom and dad was Hillary and Bill, would you say, I'm going to pass, or would you get into a relationship with Chelsea?
How old is she?
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's old enough.
Well, I know that. Oh, she was in.
She's an odd looking. She looks like her mom. We'll say that. But would you guys take the risk and get in a long term relationship with Chelsea?
Yeah,
Really,
if she's cool.
dude? She's a psycho. I
She
feel
was
like
in Beavis and Butthead.
what?
Yeah. The movie, Do America.
Really?
Yeah. Don't you remember they went to the White House and she was there? She's like, I see you have braces. I have braces too.
Oh yeah, she was, wasn't she? She was born in 1980, so she's only 8 years older than us. That's not too bad.
And I know I'm married and I know you're married, but see yourself in another realm. See yourself in a parallel universe.
Yeah, I guess I would let her do that whole saving thing
You
to me.
don't want to take the chance and be with Chelsea
Her
because
mouth
of
is too big.
Dude, I bet she does some of that like CPR stuff, like that video Thomas sent us.
a big mouth though.
I'm saying that her mouth is big.
Dude, do you think she'd do that? She'd just like lay
Look
you
at her
back and be
front-
like,
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
she would.
pretty in like certain angles, but
Some
then
angles ain't.
and I just see Hillary when I look at her.
Why
So
are we,
you're
like,
a
ju-
pass.
why
Yeah,
are
I'm
we
fine.
like objectifying her right now?
I'm just asking.
I don't care.
I'm just asking. It's not because of her looks. Would you date her because of her parents? Does
What?
Does
I
her,
like your parents. Let's go date.
I mean, would you?
No.
Would you do it? See, the thing is, like,
Would you date her despite her parents?
No, you do it as a power move to advance your career. Like Jared Kushner.
So you see, no, yeah,
Oh, that's
Kushner.
that,
he's their bitch though.
Yeah, but see, you would be the bitch for them because, like, you want to stay alive and stay with my daughter. You do what I say.
Like,
Is
you
that
think
who's
she
married
would make
to
me
her?
kill somebody?
I think she is married.
Like, you think she made her
Yeah.
husband choke out Epstein?
she's definitely married because Epstein was at Ghislaine was at the wedding.
I bet her husband killed Epstein.
yeah,
You want to stay in the family?
Fucking
Choke
weird
him out.
right there.
they're all in cahoots.
Kind of looks like Conan O'Brien right
So the fact that it's Bill and Hillary would not scare you off. You'd be like, "Fuck yeah, I'm going to the next level
there.
by being with this girl."
Would be cool. I feel like maybe we could do a duet with saxophones, and that would be sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah?
that'd be pretty badass.
Yeah, like, can you imagine just playing sax with Bill?
You pull it out of your back pocket, and he's
That would be
like,
pretty
"Son
cool.
of a bitch,
Yeah,
we got another sax
like,
player
he
in the
would be cool.
family."
But at the same time, it's like y'all were playing a duet, and then he's like, "Hey, Chris, I'll be back for a second." So while you're fucking, he goes in the back and puts on those fucking gloves with like BBs in the knuckles, and he just pounds this motherfucker tied to a chair.
See, I feel like
And then he's like throws the gloves, spits on him. The guy's like just dripping blood. And he comes back out and puts his sunglasses back on. And he's like,
There can only be one,
I
baby.
think he's just the name. He's like the figurehead.
Hillary's the
And
psycho.
she runs
Yeah.
it, but because of the time period, she needed a male to run it.
They have to be a power couple. There's no Hillary without Bill,
She leached
and there's
off
no
him.
Bill without Hillary.
Yeah.
They have to stay together, and I believe they sleep in separate beds. They
Yeah,
they
she's
have
got
their
that-
own relationships.
She's got that one girl,
Oh, you're saying she's
Hillary.
Yes, you're saying that she's in a relationship with a woman.
Yeah, that. What's her name?
Well, I don't know,
I
but
don't remember.
I'm on the same page. Bill and Hillary have their own shit, but they know they have to stay together for the image.
Yeah, of course. They're way
That's
too far
how
down the
politics
line.
works. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, once you get married and you're a politician that has some sort of clout, you don't really lose your partner, your spouse.
Like his thing with Monica Lewinsky was the only thing that made him human.
And
Yes.
hard.
She probably.
Well, little girls maybe make him
Dude,
hard.
when was Chelsea born? 1980. That was the last time.
That he got hard
for
no,
Hillary.
that was the last time.
with Hillary.
Yeah.
Maybe not. But
You know, he gets a little drunk and he's like, like he has a few too many whiskeys, you know, a little bit of top shelf.
He busts into her bedroom.
He's like, I know you never got into the Oval Office.
Oh, that lady. Huma
I'll go in your
Aberdeen.
ovary office.
You remember her, Huma?
No,
Huma.
Huma.
Humo?
no, but these two,
It's that woman she sleeps with.
these two definitely have their own thing going on.
Wait, what?
Huma. You don't remember this woman?
Huma?
Yeah.
How do you...
Huma.
Okay.
And then her last name's like Abedin.
Oh, shit.
This is the, yeah.
No.
I don't blame her.
No, you
Yeah,
gotta spell her last name. You just
well, you
put
put in
Huma.
with-
It could be anybody.
Well, you put in with Hillary.
Yeah, Huma Hillary. There you go.
Oh,
That
okay.
woman.
Never
You
mind.
know that looks like that looks like the first clone of
They're having an
AOC.
argument
Right?
right.
That's like AOC. That's proto AOC.
They're having an argument right there.
Wait a minute. They would see the perfect clone of her?
Yeah. Wow.
What?
Dude, shit's
Yeah.
getting real.
Okay.
Wow. The lips are the same.
Are they the same? Like,
Dude,
descent?
Huma versus AOC. Oh, right there.
Whoa.
What is that?
Whoa.
No, what does that say on the right there, Thomas? Bottom. Yeah, down a little bit up. What does that say? 1940s what?
Fetish?
Oh, okay.
That's pretty spot on, man.
Dude, that's scary.
I'm kind of freaking out now.
Okay.
The
Our
only
name's
difference-
Hiba?
The only difference is a tan.
One's got a little more tan injection.
I like the thing that says Congresswoman takes DNA test. I guarantee it says finds out she's Ebedin.
Let's see.
BabylonFile.com.
What's it going to load?
Niece.
Okay. All right. Anyways.
All right. So to round out the table, Thomas, are you passing on Hillary on Chelsea at the bar, or are you seeing it as a power move?
I mean, it doesn't bother me.
Mom and Dad doesn't scare you off at all.
Doesn't bother me.
You're like,
I don't have a dossier or a little black book full of secrets.
yeah, but if you break her heart, you might be a dead man.
Break her heart, I'll break her neck.
Yep, and the bodyguard's breaking your neck. It's
Yep.
not going to be Hillary.
The bodyguard's gonna kill you, then they're gonna kill the bodyguard.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
There's
going
no
to.
trail.
And what Hillary's going to say, make it hurt first, and then kill him. So they're going to curb stomp you. They're going to make you bite the curb, and they're going to.
They're gonna be like, hey, make sure.
bite.
What if we made the guy experience a plane crash, then shot him in the head?
Just in case.
Oh yeah, you crash the plane, have a guy fake save him, give him a false sense of security.
I got you, buddy. I got you.
pop him.
Come on, over here. Get over here. Lay against this tree.
That's fucking with people.
How'd you know the plane was going to crash
Helps
here?
on the way, buddy. Helps on the
Always
way.
did.
Just relax. Just relax against this tree. It helps on the way. Yeah.
I was the one that shot you down.
and then you're like,
Some asshole to Stinger missile.
how'd you know? How'd you know we were gonna crash here?
My pal and Al-Qaeda over here.
Hey, Cata.
Ashes. is.
Is and was.
Well, all right. There's plenty of murders.
Most recently was Seth Rich.
I like this one. James Milan found decapitated. However, the coroner ruled his death a natural case.
How did you do that? How did you just naturally?
He lay down for a nap, and elevator just chopped his head off.
You can't lay down on those train tracks, man.
No. He was watching the movie Ghost Ship, and it just happened.
Razor wire.
It just happened.
Don't go fishing.
You know, if you don't bolt your head on right, it's like how that saying goes, I'd lose my ass if I wasn't sitting on it all day.
I like this one too. Jeff Rhodes. He was shot, mutilated, and found burned in a trash dump in April 1989, and it was ruled a suicide.
Wow, that's really tough, man. It's hard. I hate when that happens. You hate to see it.
I feel for his family.
Wait, he shot himself, mutilated himself, and then set himself on fire.
He's just cleaning his gun, dude. Slipped on a banana peel, shot himself, and then
Fell into a
as his body was twitching, he's like, into the trash compactor.
Oh no, meat grinder!
And somehow all the fumes caught on fire.
Yeah. He was smoking a cigarette at the same time.
Yeah.
And he was smacking his feet with hammers.
Just the way of the road.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
I mean, you say he was mutilated. I just imagine he was beat to death after he was shot.
Like, that's really.
I would imagine he was cut up.
That
in
makes me
pieces.
believe Final Destination's real. Those kind of deaths.
It's like
Just
the
some-
log truck. The
Yeah.
log just started flying off the log truck, and everybody gets a log to the face.
That's this guy's death.
I guess.
This whole thing's like a Rube Goldberg of fate. Is it Rube Goldberg? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's something like that. The very intricate machines just to do a
Yeah.
simple task. Yeah.
That's fate did that to him.
He's just cleaning his gun, and then he shoots the wall, and a hammer comes down and smacks him and sets him on fire and shoots him 5 times. Throws him out the window,
Wow.
Yeah.
and
well,
he's dead.
Ghost hated him.
I mean, for now, we'll put a plug on the Hillary stuff.
All right.
What do you got, Alex?
I'm bringing it right back.
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
back in it.
Yeah.
I just uncorked-
Take the plug out.
Cork that bitch.
Take that plug out.
Keep it rolling, Alex.
Alrighty. This might be long-winded
All right.
because we're going down a rabbit hole after the JFK thing.
All
Do
right.
it.
JFK Jr.
Uh-huh.
We might have been too young to understand his existence.
When was he born?
I don't fucking know.
All right.
He died in 1999.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
as like a 40-year-old man.
I was
Yeah.
too young to understand anything.
He was a little
about him.
kid. Well, I mean, I think
He was
a
born
little,
in like the 60s
yeah,
or 70s.
because he was like what 3 or 4 when his dad died.
Okay.
Because
So
he was a little kid on the street that always show during a funeral.
So his initials are JFK. as his
JFK
dad.
Jr. Yes.
JFK Jr. Did they hyphen it?
No, it was just JFK, comma Jr.
Okay.
Well, see, he died on July 16th, 1999. He was killed along with his wife and sister-in-law. Months prior to that, he told some people that he was going to run for the Senate in New York.
That's death knell for
Now-
Kennedy.
They're doomed.
A month before he told some friends that, Hillary Clinton said that she was going to run for the Senate seat because the longtime Senator Daniel Moynihan retired. So there's openings. They had to do a runoff because he just retired.
yeah.
A Kennedy's got more pull than a Clinton.
He's
at that
highly
point.
popular because obviously he's JFK Jr.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking, rich man. He has power. His pull with a bunch of politicians, obviously. And obviously he's a Democrat.
Yep.
Hillary's a Democrat.
And
In
they
New
would have
York-
picked him.
Right, because she's technically a carpetbagger because they're not from New York.
Yeah.
Kennedy is like straight up New York.
Yeah.
And plus, what? This is
Royalty.
the 90s?
99, yeah.
Yeah, so men were still.
Because he was like, he was going to be, he
Considered.
was the right age to start taking over and getting into politics. And he would have been probably highly successful in politics, I would believe. Just based on popularity.
He would have probably made it a couple years and then
Probably.
got
Probably
assassinated.
got later. Anyway, so they're saying that Hillary orchestrated his death. That way she could win the Senate seat. Because she would have lost otherwise.
Wait,
Yeah,
when did his mom die? Like in the before that or after?
After, I think.
Okay.
I
He
think
de-
yeah.
She definitely would have lost to him.
She would have, yeah.
Definitely.
for
real.
Yeah. Kennedy in the 2000s.
In New York,
Can you imagine him for 9/11?
Dude.
Today we have.
he would have ran for fucking president
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
won. He would have been in the streets instead of Giuliani.
Yeah, and people were like, "Oh, Giuliani's going to be our president."
Yeah.
Nope.
Fuck
All he's doing is
Giuliani.
leaking his
That
hair.
would-
Fucking his hair dye coming out of his face.
Dude, that would be awesome to see another Kennedy as president.
Yeah.
Like a fucking Tupac. What are those
Hologram.
Tupac holograms?
I don't know if I can handle that, man. Another guy getting shot magic bullet style.
Now, the thing is, QAnon back in 2006 leaked some documents saying that the plane was shot down via a missile program that was created by the CIA.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
That was signed off by a man called Alan Dulles, who was the former CIA director in the 50s and 60s and was fired by John Kennedy.
Okay. So QAnon.
Okay, so this guy was mad because he got fired from the former Kennedy.
Now, Dulles is dead. He's been dead. It's just a program he started.
Yeah.
It's just an interesting callback because he was fired by Kennedy for the Bay of Pigs fiasco. But Kennedy's blamed for the Bay of Pigs thing. But Eisenhower was the one that signed off on it.
Yeah.
And Dulles lied to JFK and saying he approved it and it was good to go. Because Eisenhower was like, let's get the Bay of Pigs thing started up.
Yeah.
But he never signed off on it. He didn't think it was going to succeed.
Yeah, because the Bay of Pigs thing should have been an all or nothing.
Right.
Like if they would have went all in, it probably would have succeeded, or they should have just not done it at all.
Right. So JFK gets in office, the dad, senior, and Dulles tells him that Eisenhower approved it when he was president and that we're good to go. So JFK's like, okay, you're the director of the CIA. And the only reason why Dulles stayed the director of the CIA was because he had dirt on the Kennedys with their extramarital affairs type things. They had some dirt on him. So that's the only reason why he stayed. Because normally the president,
I bet it was.
Kinda
I bet it
changes.
was her cheating on him because back then nobody would have cared that he's with Marilyn Monroe.
no.
Meanwhile, she's getting it on with a Spice Lord.
What? Who's a Spice Lord?
Her second husband.
Are you talking about like a bodyguard for the family?
No, he's like a Spice Lord
He's like-
overseas. He ran spices.
He's
to
like a
ships.
poor man McCormick.
Yeah, no, this guy
Yeah.
this guy had pull, man.
Poor man McCormick.
No way. The only thing she had was her goddamn White House garden.
No. She married a spice
She
lord.
wanted to be Mrs.
Yeah.
Dash. That's what she wanted to be.
She was the original Baby Spice.
Like, this guy's like,
They made a movie
somehow
about her.
this guy's still trading spices in like
Yeah.
2000 or 1990, whatever.
Guaranteed she did
On the
not.
Silk Road.
She did
It's
not
freaking
appreciate
sense.
Marilyn Monroe going down on her man.
No.
Because she wasn't going down on him.
Marilyn Monroe can make the best cumin.
Oh my
she made
god! Oh my god! Your head work is amazing, Marilyn.
I don't understand. My wife doesn't. Yeah.
Well,
I
she was over
never
in the
get
other room
this.
with Robert.
Yeah, Robert Kennedy.
I'm gonna touch that dangly thing in the back of your throat.
So anyway,
Yep.
Credit card with
So-
my nose.
so you have Alan Dulles gets fired by JFK
Right.
because Bay of Pigs was a failure. Alan Dulles resents JFK from that point forward. He can't stand the Kennedys. He can't stand Robert. Can't stand John. He has a vendetta against them. So Alan Dulles is also connected to George H.W. Bush
Okay.
because he helped start up the oil company that George Bush has in Ohio called Zapata Petroleum Company.
Right.
So Dulles is involved into a oil company,
Yeah. Big money maker.
big money maker.
Big. What is it? Big Texas Oil.
At the time, it was in Ohio,
I was in Ohio.
and then he had offshore drilling before he moved to Houston.
Okay. Okay.
The problem is between 1960 and 1966, there's no, I guess not like a tax return, you would say, but like a commission report on money made.
Ah.
I know where it was.
Yeah.
Tower 7.
There was probably a lot of documents in that
Paper trail.
building.
Yeah, so 4 years prior to 1960, and then from 1967 on, there's economic reports of the company making money.
Oh.
There's a 6-year period from 1960 to 1966 that there's no money. There's no nothing.
Good old
And George
tax
Bush is like, I don't know where it went. Anyway,
Yeah. It just disappeared.
yeah. So this is
Yeah.
all going to make sense in a second. 'Cause I know
You
I'm
said,
just
you said
spurting names
first
out.
Bush, right? His
Yes,
daddy?
Herbert. Yeah.
So you think, I bet he went into like dummy mode like his son did.
yeah.
Like, well, gee, I don't know where it went. Yuck.
He just chokes on a pretzel so everybody forgets.
So in the early 60s, this is a time period that, George H.W. Bush was the CIA director in 1976.
Ah.
He was appointed by Gerald Ford. When Bush was running for president, some people found some documents like, hey, wait a minute, you were in the CIA in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I wasn't.
What?
Yeah, there's no actual, like, there's some like paperwork that's tied to him, but there's no actual files.
Huh.
But there's people who remember, kind of like the Bob Lazar stuff, where it's like,
I remember you
yeah,
being
you were
there.
there. And George H. Bush is like,
No,
no,
you
I was just the director for 1 year. I never worked at CIA.
Huh.
Anyway, an odd thing with the Bay of Pigs is that it was actually called Operation Zapata, which is the same name as the oil
Yeah.
company. And the two ships that were used to go into Cuba were named Houston and Barbara, which
Okay.
Barbara is the name of
Bush.
Bush's
Bush.
wife. And he lived in Houston at the time this was happening,
Oh, yeah,
Right.
he owned the team, right? The baseball team?
around that ball, yeah.
Or maybe not. I don't
He was
know.
invested in it at some point. But he also had ties to the Cleveland Indians also, or the Reds, I think. Anyway, so we have Alan Dulles is fired from JFK for being a director.
Okay.
Was that man named? Was it an airport or
Yes.
some place named after
His
him?
brother was the Secretary of State under Eisenhower.
Dulles International Airport.
That's why the airport's named after his brother. So under Eisenhower, the Secretary of State was John Dulles, and his CIA director was Alan Dulles. And they were all in cahoots with operations in Africa. There's a bunch of
Okay.
coups I saw where we were going in and killing prime ministers in Congo and shit.
Why are they doing stuff in Africa?
Why not?
There's one attempt we tried to stop the Russians from taking the Suez Canal. There's like a line. There's like 10 assassinations we tried to do in the
That's
50s.
stupid. Why are we in Africa doing stuff?
Dude, we
still
killed
in
We
Africa,
killed like
bro.
2 different prime ministers in
Dude,
Africa.
we send fucking spec ops to Africa all the time.
That's what
Yeah.
China's doing it too. Why are we always
It's all the
diddling
resources.
Africa?
You can influence.
They don't even have stuff. They got like a little bit of gold.
They
It's
got
intel.
diamonds.
But you can
Intel.
influence the political atmosphere.
Nobody cares about diamonds.
Well, you got to
the
think of the
world does.
the landmass of Africa. Whoever can control Africa has a big foothold for land.
It's a big shipping continent too. Like getting around it, you know.
Yeah.
So, what I'm getting at is Alan Dulles was the CIA was the director. His deputy is a man called Charles Gable. They were both fired. Charles' brother is Earl Gable, who was the mayor of Dallas in 1963.
Is he related to Clark Gable?
No,
Okay.
it's actually pronounced Cable. It's like Cabal
Oh,
or some weird
my
spelling. Earl
Okay.
or what's his name? Earl. Yeah, he actually rerouted Kennedy's motorcade
Oh,
Oh.
that he was assassinated.
they're like, I don't, sir. That's not part of the original plan. I don't fucking care.
and they're all cohorts of George H.W. Bush. They're all tied together.
Okay. So he was the one that redirected him to that straight part
Yes.
of the parade.
So you have the mayor, who is Earl, related to Charles, who was the deputy director, who was under Alan Dulles.
who all got fired.
They all got fired, so they all hated the Kennedys. So he rerouted JFK down the street, gets assassinated. Now, when Lyndon B. Johnson starts up the committee to investigate JFK's murder, he hires Alan Dulles to lead the project.
And wasn't that part of the Warren Commission?
And he was also part of Warren. Yeah.
You know, that guy was like, look, I got a cousin who's a mayor.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see what I can do.
Now, I haven't connected some other strings, but there's some other people related to Florida that tie into the Jeb Bush story. And then about the politics, there were some people that owed a favor to Herbert, and that's why Florida was a debacle in
For
the
the
2000
election?
election. Like, they owed the Bushes the state for some political piece of chess.
Oh. So it was like some backdoor deals. It was like, hey, you owe us.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Someone struck a chord. I bet all those documents that were supposed to come out a certain amount of years after an incident, like AKA the JFK assassination,
Right.
I would imagine that those documents were in Building 7.
Probably.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, just like that guy I was telling you about that Jackie married. His name was like Aristotle Onassis. He had the largest fleet of ships in the world.
Guy puts the ass in Onassis.
Onassis.
Assassination.
Onassis. I'm just saying, he had the biggest shipping fleet of trading spices. How's that happen? And he's Greek.
Well, what's interesting, too, is about foreign people.
Yeah.
I got to make sure this guy's name's right because it's a fucked up name. He's a Russian oil man.
These guys are like oligarchs.
This ties into Oswald. So, and this guy was a friend of, he was a Russian oil man. Obviously, the Bushes were involved in oil. Apparently, this guy was a CIA asset, but he was like the handler for Oswald because he came back.
So he's like Epstein of back then.
Yes, he got Oswald from Russia to Dallas, the Houston, Texas area.
Oh.
And this guy was like his CIA handler.
You think this guy had he had a private island and plane just like it?
I don't know about that, but
Probably.
but
Boat at least.
yeah. But anything, the bad thing is that in 1978, 79, the government created the Bureau for Assassination. Not a bureau, but like a committee.
A secret club.
It was like to investigate weird stuff.
Yeah,
The
right.
day they were going to interview or talk to the Russian oil guy, the guy was found in his house, shot in his head.
The RIPD.
Yeah, R.I.P.D.
Or
I'm like-
BPRD, whatever.
The Rip PD.
Well-
Wasn't that Ryan Reynolds movie?
Yeah, I think so.
R.I.P.D., yeah. So they go investigate him, and he's dead, shot in the face. And they find a address book, like a black book,
Little book.
and within the contacts was George H.W. or Herbert Bush. His address is in Ohio, but it was nicknamed Poppy, which was his nickname everyone called him.
Ah, papi.
But then it said AKA Zapata Petroleum address.
That was interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know where
that's-
this is going. It's just like this
All
guy.
the connections.
It's connecting the
connections.
dots all the
Yeah.
way back to assassinating.
No one
JFK.
brings up Bush's involvement in this, and I see there's not like a definite thing, but there's a bunch of strings leading.
It's
Yeah.
like
I imagine if you took everyone in office right now, most of the old timers, they are connected somehow. Like this guy knows this guy that's on the other side of the room, and these three guys over here know this guy, or like they're all probably connected from back in the day.
Well, his Prescott Bush helped fund Hitler.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
heard
could
about
see that because before the more terrible things Hitler was doing.
it was some sort of material handling, wasn't it?
Yeah, his firm backed the business in Germany of the guy that fed. Because this was back in the period when Hitler was building up the arms, rearmed Germany.
This is back when like Baylor and all those were doing
It was
stuff.
like
Yeah.
when they didn't
Bayer,
quite
sorry.
know what was going to
Right.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Everyone was making money.
they knew that, he was, because he was bringing around the Great Depression over in Germany, and he was getting them out of that. So why not invest in a obvious big country, a big powerhouse, and get money back later?
It's a world. You're a world businessman at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's just business until it gets to the Holocaust. And
Yeah,
then it's
then
not
you're-
business
and then you're like-
Yeah,
anymore.
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, I wish we weren't involved now.
Yeah, but you can safely say that you didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah. Like you can't say that like he supported Nazism. It was like it was a
Actually,
business opportunity.
Have
Yeah.
any companies actually went down because of the Holocaust?
No,
Think about
Bear.
it. Volkswagen, fine.
Bear.
Bayer, fine.
Yeah, Bear was like buying people to test their shit on.
Coca-Cola, fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, everything's
Johnson
fine.
and Johnson.
Fine.
Yeah.
Pfizer.
Fine. I don't think I've seen anybody. Nobody came out of the Holocaust looking bad except for the guys that died.
The Jews.
Well,
They're the only ones that look
okay,
bad.
okay.
The
but,
guards.
But they may have been Holocausted, but they got a whole nation out of it. They got Israel.
Those guards came out looking
So,
pretty
I
bad.
mean-
Someone had to take the fall.
Yeah, they pinned it on a few people.
I think it's so funny when they find a 98-year-old guard
That's awesome.
and they're like putting him through trial and they're like prison.
He doesn't even know what he's doing. He's like, he has 3 grandchildren.
They all love him. He's
Yeah,
changed.
he's been a good man, probably.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Good after that.
And they make him responsible for like
Yeah, they
1,000
charge him.
deaths.
They charge him with 9,000 deaths,
He killed all of them.
and he was like 9 at the time.
He was like, I was going to be killed if I didn't do this.
Yeah.
What did you expect? Anyways.
"That's awesome."
So you could almost say that George H.W. killed JFK.
Yeah, I think if we daisy chain it all the way back,
If you
it's like there was a soft coup around
Yeah.
that time.
They just didn't know they were really doing that.
and there's a picture, it's one of those things where it's like a picture, newspaper article, and you see people in the street, and like they zoom in on one of the faces, and it's like it resembles him in that time
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
But he was a field agent, and that
Yeah.
I love those things. It's like, check out this time traveler. We found him in this
Yeah.
picture, and then we found him in an Egyptian hieroglyphic thing on the
Yeah.
wall.
Kind of like Elvis's YouTube channel.
Oh, Elvis has a YouTube channel. I'm going to have to
Yeah.
check that
Is he
out.
still updating it?
Yeah, this guy does a really good cover, and it's Elvis actually.
Huh. I bet there's a lot. I see a lot. I've seen some.
my grandmother had some VHSs called Elvis Files. It was like people going to Graceland taking pictures, and like you see him in the background.
Oh, like Ghost?
Dude, it's tough to tell whether if Elvis is still alive or not with all those Elvises in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, this real guy that has a beard, that sings like Elvis, was actually seen with Elvis's wife.
Priscilla?
Oh, really?
Or that's his daughter?
No, Priscilla. Lisa Marie is the.
Oh,
daughter.
yeah.
Priscilla Presley's his wife. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know that much about Elvis.
there's also a great white guy who wants to be black on YouTube as well.
Yeah, YouTube's a whole other thing.
It's a crazy world.
Crazy
Yeah.
one. Ring ding.
Ring a ding.
The ringer dinger. The ring dinger.
All right, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of. We could connect a lot of red yarn.
I mean, if you want to do it, you can connect anything to anything, which is what we've
He
done.
really
here
can.
today.
He really can.
I mean, we've pretty much connected JFK's death to Tower 7. So, I mean,
Yeah.
with time travel.
There's no time travel.
Okay, no time travel.
I mean, I can connect back my lineage to my great great grandfather fighting to keep slavery around. I'm not too proud of that, but it's not my
But,
fault.
I mean, it's not you.
Yeah.
You shouldn't apologize for that.
But I have to apologize to someone at some
To
point.
who?
That's
Why?
what they want.
You didn't do
Why?
anything.
That's what I know. That's what they want.
Why should you apologize?
I'm not gonna, but that's what they want.
Then why'd you say you have to?
That's because that's what our society is now.
You don't have to.
I've done something wrong.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Right.
I mean,
I mean, you showed us the picture. Guy looked like he lost an arm for stealing an apple.
I don't know how he lost an arm. I'm sure he didn't want to lose that arm. He probably took a bullet, or he may have lost a gun. He lost a gunfight.
He stole
somehow.
an extra loaf of bread. He was made an example of. He
Long
was
sleeve,
probably
short sleeve.
How old was he during the Civil War? Like 9?
I don't know the details.
I bet he was like a little boy, and he just stole a loaf of bread, and they're just like off of his arm.
And he grew up to an old man with that arm, and yeah. Well, I've got some stuff on I got some stuff on Hoover.
Hoover, what did he do?
Well, he was the Hoover was the director of the FBI, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And
Korea.
at the time, Lyndon B was the president,
Mhm.
and they worked together. It was that interesting time where men were men and women had a place.
And men actually dressed like women.
What?
No, that's now.
What? No, but back then too.
I
What?
do. Yeah. Well,
Hoover liked to wear women's underwear, dude.
Chris
Yeah.
knows.
Put my blush on.
Chris knows. Chris knows. Yeah. Like he
Okay.
dressed up as a flapper.
Yeah.
Cross dresser.
This was a conspiracy.
So
he
it's-
probably liked to frame it as research.
Okay, so Harry Styles stole it from him.
Harry Styles. I've never
What?
seen Harry
What are you
Styles
talking
dress up as a woman.
It's the never mind. Yeah, it's the. Keep going.
So, like we said, Hoover was director of the FBI, and he answered to Lyndon B. Johnson. So, this was also a time where racism was at an all-time high.
Harry Styles.
Oh, like this? Like,
No,
oh, wow.
I don't even know who this guy is.
Yeah, he did a whole photo shoot dressing in only women's clothing.
What did he do? What's he famous for?
He's a singer-songwriter, and he's been in TV shows and
That's
stuff.
a little more than a photo shoot, dude. He's on a red carpet.
I guess I'm a little out of touch, man.
Oh, he's the singer of that group.
He-
Fuck, I can't think of it now.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, and they're not even a group anymore. I
No.
think he's the one that left the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, he's dressing in women's clothing because he's trying to bring about the cultural appropriation that men have always
Yeah,
casted.
I bet women love that. They're like, finally, a man telling like
Yeah.
making us so important.
He's trying to say that there's no fashion boundaries, that you can dress however you want.
You can dress
to.
how you want. Nobody cares except for the people that care.
True.
I hate this.
Well, he can do that because he's fucking famous and has the fucking bags.
Yeah,
We try that shit and
because
we
he's this
fucking-
guy.
Yeah,
He's-
go walk around Food Line.
Dude,
looking
we
like
can
that.
fucking get shit.
I'll get dragged out back
Yeah.
and beat in the parking lot.
Yeah,
of Food
like
Line.
come to our small ass town and dress like this and walk around and see if anybody's like, you're so brave,
No.
you're so courageous, or if everybody's like, this fucking faggot over here.
I'll probably get lynched by that guy up the road.
That's what they're gonna say.
Like you'll get tied up by
I
that.
hate these Americana fucking tattoos too, dude.
Yeah, you wouldn't make it past the AutoZone.
that guy roaming the roads with his Trump truck would just like lynch you.
Yeah.
Go to Mikey's One Stop dressed like that.
I haven't been to Mikey's One
I
Stop.
always
in
say
years.
Mickey's want to stop.
Mickey's.
Go to Boston Heights Fire Department's gas station.
I just go there all the time.
To the Boston Heights Fire Department's gas station?
Well, I used to live near there.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
make
he
special
lived
trip
over
now.
Hey, I bet the markup was insane on that gas station.
I used to work there.
You don't like these
When
tattoos?
did you go there? We probably
What?
saw
When
each
did you
other.
go to the store? I've never seen you there.
Yeah, well, this
People don't remember me in high school either.
and the funny thing
How
is,
could
I,
you
ever went to
How
any
could you
gas
have ever went to
stations?
Food Line? I went to Food Line.
I just wonder if I saw you because
I
I,
didn't see you
worked there
there.
in food. I worked there in high school, so
It would have been early in the mornings on weekends when I
You
would
went-
work with my dad.
I just bet I saw you or something when I was stocking the high school or something.
You're not allowed to go to BP.
Yeah, I go to BP.
Which
It was
one?
a small world, is what I'm saying. These guys are treating me like an asshole.
I mean, I know where you live and where I live. We're probably like 10 minutes apart from each other.
No, it's a
I
small.
live
world.
like near Webb Road.
Yeah, but Tyler's probably sees you walk in. And he's like, I thought that guy died. And
Yeah, I thought
he died.
I thought he
middle
got. I thought he graduated last
I thought
year.
he went to college already.
I've
Well, I
seen
see
that
here.
guy somewhere, but I can't fucking.
Weren't you in the grade below us?
Dude, where have I seen you?
I go to a high school reunion and it's like, wrong one, buddy. You're
we're having
late.
I see people joking. This is for our year only, bud.
Yeah, sir, we're
This
having a
isn't
high
for
school reunion
09?
here. High school reunion only.
They walk up with. they're
07 is
like,
next year.
so who are you with?
Yeah.
Sir,
I
this,
just-
this place is locked down for a high school reunion. We're
Sorry.
gonna have to ask you to leave.
Oh, I just came here to assure everybody.
Pull out a shotgun.
Like, have a nice conversation. You pull out a notepad and you mark off their name. Well, he won't die.
You just like stand at the door. Now we're gonna learn who I am.
And you will never forget my name.
Y'all remember me?
Well, now I'm talking. Well,
We don't propose people going out and shooting high school reunions.
yeah, or
But if
anything.
you do, make sure you kill everyone.
And
Yeah.
whoa,
Don't leave your little black book around.
Yeah.
Frame the Clintons.
Anyway.
none of you guys ever pissed me off.
Good.
The whole class. So it wouldn't be me.
That's good. I'm glad I'm on your good side, Chris. So,
I still
clear
think
my
it's
name.
funny that everybody thought Alex was either grade above or grade below, and then that's like
I didn't think that at all.
no. Well, us here we didn't.
Oh,
There are several other people that I graduated with.
yeah, like Bethany, Chris. Bethany.
Yeah.
I didn't say it. Well, anyways,
Okay.
back to Hoover really quick. He hated African Americans, he hated homosexuals, and he hated anyone that looked or appeared to act like a communist. So
You hate what you are.
he
he
hated
was
Martin
secret.
Luther King, too, because of what he was doing to the world.
He's like, this guy's a Christian.
So he basically
That's
he-
why. Yeah.
Yep,
So Johnson and Hoover basically concocted an idea to write King a letter, and basically it was blackmailing him. They claimed that they had wiretaps of King having orgies and having an affair. So he was married at the
there's
time.
rumors of an MLK sex tape. Just saying.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's been years. Why haven't we heard it?
It's been locked down, dude. He's been turned into a symbol.
It's social justice.
That thing would have been out.
Wait, is it like fucking like hand cam? It's like,
Yeah. And
there's like burn spots in it.
You imagine Martin Luther King like, God damn, girl. I'm gonna fuck that.
It's not that type of sex tape. It's
No.
a rape video.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah. The
Why would the lingo change?
the FBI tapes allege Martin Luther King Jr. watched a rape.
he watched or participated in. Big difference.
Or was he sitting in the chair like, yeah, boys, get her? Or was he like
He
accidentally saw it?
he watched and laughed as a woman was raped. Secret FBI recordings allege.
You know
So they like wiretapped it and they heard it.
It says, "Did Martin Luther King's dream come true?"
what?
It's possible. It's possible.
I don't know.
This was when men were men, even if you were white or
Yeah.
black. So
Rape's never the answer.
rape's
No.
never the answer, but I'm not
No.
going to
This is
say
the first I've heard of rape.
If you have a big old thing of rape, you better put a G in front of it.
I'm just I don't know what people are capable of. I mean,
That's true.
I don't know.
Apparently that.
I'm not going to say that's also a rumor.
Don't do that, people.
Yes.
That's a big no.
King, that's allegedly. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. So
Yeah.
He's probably doing it with Bernie Sanders.
Martin
He
Luther
was-
King.
He was back in that. Yeah.
They were buddies.
Well,
How to make
apparently, like Thomas said, they had
sense. Hashtag he too.
Whoa.
Hashtag he too.
I have a dream.
It's just he too
Um,
on YouTube.
so they had a.
Okay, anyways.
What?
Well, you want to play it? We
Nah,
won't be able to
it's
hear
30
it.
minutes. We're not going to do that. Keep going.
They had a black book of shit on Dr. King, and so they wrote him a letter basically describing what they had on him. They were going to blackmail him, and they tried to convince him to kill himself. And obviously, he didn't. Someone had to do it for him. But
Oh, you think that was it? That was his assassination? Was it a suicide?
The guy's like chicken shit, motherfucker.
I'll show you what a
Dude,
real
just-
man does.
The dude just walks in and it's like, Sup, King. Sup, King.
I
Yeah.
think he's shouting from across the parking lot, right?
Yeah, it was a hotel, wasn't it?
Yeah, he just leaves a different note. It's just like, yes, King.
Well, so the thing that Chris brought up is that Hoover liked to wear dresses, but he was adamant that his hate for homosexuals. So it's kind of funny.
He's the biggest hypocrite he knows.
He actually got in trouble one time when he was young. He had a serious problem hooking up with young boys, apparently. He had been arrested on sex charges involving a young man during a trip to New Orleans, and he had some pretty powerful friends that were able to cover it up before it got into a larger ordeal.
See, it's okay to hook up with men, just not boys.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and apparently he went to a party where he dressed up as a flapper. And some women do remember seeing Hoover dressed up as a woman. They remember. So he had a really good friend. I forget his name. They hung out. Clyde Tolson is his longtime male companion.
Did he write a sci-fi like book series?
Clyde Tolson. That does sound like an author. They dined daily, vacationed
Bad
together.
jokes.
Yeah, I don't
They
know
did-
Tolkien.
So you're telling me Clyde and Hoover were banging?
That's the conspiracy. They always work
If
together.
it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, sucks like a duck, fucks like a duck, then it's probably a duck.
Ducks rape other ducks.
Dolphins rape other dolphins. I'm pretty sure every other mammal on Earth rape each other.
It's about violence. Anyway,
All I remember, all that I instantly brought up when you said it sucks like a duck was the South Park episode where they were trying to teach the horse to suck dick.
Oh yeah,
By
so it would
hanging
bite the dude's dick off.
But it kept sucking the hot dog.
All right, you brought up another moral question of do animals consent to each other, or is the whole animal kingdom just a rape fest?
I think it is. It's a giant rape fest.
Yeah, I
It
think
is.
so.
You think horses ask to get fucked? No, it's like
Nay.
no. The guy jumps up on the back of the other horse and pretty much holds her there, and she is either in the mood or she's not in the mood. But
See the horse like spit his hoof. And or he licks his.
this dick ain't gonna. This dick ain't gonna suck itself. Could you imagine
What?
seeing? Could you imagine seeing a horse sucking another horse off?
No, I can't.
It's like his lips were peeling back, like
Like peanut butter's in there.
Dude,
nibbling it.
how would? Because they can't stop apes at the zoo from having sex with each other.
No.
They can't like shock collar them. Could you imagine apes going down on each other in front of the glass?
That's the beauty of nature, Timmy.
No, I can't because ape hands freak me out.
They do look weird.
Yeah.
They're like. That's all they
And
do.
they're like weird gloves, but it's weird.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to talk about Hoover.
That's all we want to talk about there.
But Hoover and Johnson,
Raging homosexual in the closet.
Hoover and Johnson they created and crafted stories that got people either in jail or killed.
I'm gonna guess anybody that found out about Clyde.
I mean, Hoover crafted stories all the time, planted stuff in Johnson's ear that would get people killed, murdered,
Actually.
like thrown in jail. He was conspiring. He was paranoid.
I bet Clyde didn't even know Hoover was Hoover. Like he probably like.
What do you do when you go to work, Hoover?
Yeah, and no,
Oh,
he
he
doesn't call him
gives-
Hoover. He's probably like, my name is Bobby Brown.
He gives him an alias.
Yeah.
I don't know. I bet Hoover needed that dominance coming home. He needed to take the dominance coat off, and he needed someone else to put the dominance coat on.
He just walks in. Clyde, you're about to get the Hoover.
No,
Sucks him off.
yes, yeah. He needed Clyde to dominate him. I bet Hoover was a bottom, and Clyde was a top, but Hoover needed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, there was some weird Florida school shooting stuff
Yeah.
I had.
That's
but
just normal.
yeah.
You know they tore down Sandy Hook 10 months after the shooting.
I didn't know that.
It was a sight of emotion. I can understand
They
that.
tore down and rebuilt the school.
They didn't tear down Columbine.
Nope.
They didn't also tear down
The one in
the
Florida,
Cruz, the one that the guy's name was Cruz.
They tore down the World Trade Center though.
Oh, the Stoneman Douglas High School,
Mm-hmm.
where 17 people died by Nicholas Cruz.
Tore down the
in
World Trade
2018.
Center. Yeah, they
A plane hit it and they tore it down and built a new one.
yeah, they shipped all the metal off to China and sold it too.
Dude, you just sprung a fucking. Did you guys look at the FBI's wall of honor that I told you to?
No,
Yes.
Did you look at how many people have died from
No.
the World Trade Center cleanup efforts? 20 some FBI agents have died
From cancer?
from cancer from the World Trade Center cleanup.
That's what happens when you huff asbestos.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Should have had OSHA and MSHA there.
Well, anyways, that just sprung a fucking
Concrete.
memory.
Have like half a pound of concrete in your lungs.
Yeah, when you break yourself.
Yeah, you get a strong back.
I just wonder if you fuck up as an agent or you're like a whistleblower for the agency, for the FBI, if they're like, boom,
You
dead.
They
joined the
tap your
CIA.
shit forever.
And they're like,
They just put you on the wall for the World Trade Center.
R.I.P. He died of World Trade Center
They
complications.
fucking just put a fucking bullet in the back of your head.
That's their new thing. It's the whole bottom of the list is people have died of it. There's
Guarantee
no.
they died doing other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
like-
they were going to be a whistleblower. Like, there's a couple women on there that probably were like sexually assaulted or just office room rot locker talk, and she was going to fucking out somebody, and they're like, okay,
What's their new thing though? Because they're running out of time for World Trade Center cancer deaths.
yeah.
Like this 25-year-old died of World Trade Center.
Three
cancer.
generations from now, they're just going to start blaming it on birth defects from World Trade Center.
Probably
shit.
radioactive cum. You know?
It'll be climate change.
So
Yeah.
I had some funny Alex Jones stuff about what he thinks about the Clintons and Obama. Did you guys look at any Alex Jones stuff?
I didn't.
No.
I just listened to the
Anyways.
song where he talked about Hillary and that girl.
Well, he thinks Obama and Clinton are demons. And the
Yeah.
fact that flies land on Obama is a clear indication that they're demons.
Wait, so Mike Pence is also a demon?
Yep.
That's what I thought about when he said that stuff, because he said it years ago when Obama was in office. And now Mike Pence is also a demon. But he apparently has deep inside connections that were close to Hillary and Obama, and they said they smell of strong sulfur. Oh, my God. You want to hear? It's some 1 minute thing.
That's
Do
part of
it.
the song, yeah.
Do it.
She is an abject, psychopathic demon from hell that as soon as she gets into power is going to try to destroy the planet. I'm sure of that, and people around her say she's so dark now and so evil and so possessed that they are having nightmares, they're freaking out. There are dozens of videos and photos of Obama having flies land on him indoors at all times of year, and he'll be next to 100 people and no one has flies on him.
Maybe he just
Hillary,
smells.
reportedly, I mean, I was told people around her that they think she's demon-possessed, okay? I'm just going to go ahead and say it, okay? They said they're scared. That's why when I see her, when kids are by her, I actually get scared myself for the child. I mean, that big rubber face and that... I mean, this woman is dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, she is a demon. This is biblical. She's
Eyes
going
look
to
sideways.
launch a nuclear war. But Hillary's into like creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. Just disgusting with flies all over her. Big, fat, stinking dick. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink.
Yeah, that's from that
You can't
song.
wash that evil off,
He's
man.
so
Throws a
mad at
rotten
them.
smell
Can't
around the
wash
place. I'm not
the
kidding. People
evil
say,
off.
they say, that, folks, I've been told this by high-up folks. They say, listen, Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. I never said this because the media go crazy with it, but I've talked to people that are in protective details. I mean, they're scared of her, and they say, listen, she's a frickin' demon, and she stinks, and so does Obama. And I go, like what? Sulfur. Oh, you were going to submit to us. Our time of liberalism is here. You drink that fluoride. You take those vaccines. Donald Trump's vaccines might be dangerous because one of his kids got hurt. Shut up! You don't have free speech. You understand? You listen to me. I
He is-
rule this
he is
country
taking
now.
his
Liberal.
shirt off.
Screw him. Ban his free speech right now. Ban it.
Nice. He's a great
I
entertainer.
can see why people don't like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can also see why people love him, too. That was all the same show.
Good.
I just took all the spaces out where he was breathing and taking long pauses.
I kind of hate that he got taken off of YouTube now.
Oh, it was a laugh riot.
You can hear that whole story, though, in the folklore song.
Oh, they made it into an auto-tune song?
No, a folklore.
Yeah, we've listened to it.
Yeah.
Oh,
To stab your daughter at the mall with the butcher knife.
yeah.
You guys remember that? The guy found dead in a briefcase?
I've never
No.
heard of that.
No,
Wait, he doesn't. I'm pretty sure you have, and you're just entertaining me.
I haven't, for real. I for real haven't. I know about I know about the Indian guy that got cut up and put in a briefcase, and
All about the Saudi guy that's like
Yeah.
starting of charities, and yeah, he's a good man.
Saudi guy.
I mean, I was just going to mention it because somehow the MI6 agent was on to some Russian stuff. But then instead, he decided to lock himself in a North Face bag. Somehow get his arms out of the bag, lock it, then finish shutting it so he could die in peace.
I'm not going to let you kill me. I'm going to kill myself.
I could see it because technically he's like James Bond or he's like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Which
And-
one did MI6?
Well, when they unbagged him,
James Bond.
Yeah.
I think there was a second zipper.
Yeah, when they unbagged him, after they found his body, they unbagged him. They're like, why is there 20,000 pounds worth of women's clothes in here?
20,000 pounds?
Wait,
Yep.
what?
Wait, you're talking about the estimated value.
Yeah, pounds.
Oh, okay.
British pounds.
There's
I thought it was
how
the weight.
big's his bag?
That's a heavy
That's a
ass
Mary
bag.
Poppins bag, dude.
It's a circus inside the bag.
So they tried to blame it on autoerotic asphyxiation or
Was
whatever.
that
he was
Hoover's bag?
Oh,
20,000 pounds of women's clothes?
he liked to strangle himself with expensive women's clothes. Mm-hmm. He wanted to be surrounded.
Supposedly.
He wanted to kill himself with this expensive women's clothing.
Oh, here's one of those people that's like, you bury yourself with your most prized possessions, so you take it to the afterlife.
Are
So-
you saying he's like the guy from Kill Bill that liked to masturbate with a belt around his neck, but he wanted to
Maybe.
do it with women's clothing?
Except while he was in a bag full of women's clothing
That makes sense.
that he locked himself into.
Sounds like someone suffocated him
He's like, I'm picking my own casket.
and then shoved him in the bag.
Well, one coroner's like, this is suicide. He clearly climbed in the bag and locked it himself from the outside.
What do you think that price is to say stuff like that?
20,000 pounds.
Yeah. I think
It's,
this
you
guy,
want to keep your job, you say this.
this guy was onto something, though, because all you have to do is zip the bag back up, put a postage stamp on it, and ship it to wherever the fuck you want to.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think they would have shipped his body somewhere else.
You can
Instead,
make it across borders.
They
like
left
that.
it there. The guy's family said that there was like foul play.
You
And
think?
the other coroner's like, yeah, this guy didn't do that.
You think?
And eventually a guy from Russia, I guess he turned sides. He's like, I'm going to be British now.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be in Russia anymore. He's like, yeah, we did it.
He defected.
He tried eating boots.
He's like, I know
boot
who
soup.
did it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is
$1 million will buy an inspector's
Yeah.
tongue.
Even CIA operatives in the Middle East just carry cash around and give them to people for information.
Like $1 million
Yeah.
bucks
Yeah.
gets you a person killing themselves in a
Okay.
suitcase.
Think about this, Tyler. You work in landscaping generally right now, right?
Yeah.
So what if some dude came up and was like, "Here's $2,000, dig a 6-foot hole for me."
I'm gonna dig a 6-foot hole.
$2,000.
Definitely. That's a day. That's a
And
half
then
a
it's
day's
just like
work.
just dig a 6-foot hole, $2,000, and then just walk away,
That's 2 hours. $2,000.
and then just leave.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, another $1 million bucks gets you a syringe in your hand.
Yeah,
when you
another
walk up to the
million.
airport.
You see that black bag over there?
And
Throw
you-
that black bag in that 6-foot hole.
No, you go up and he's like, hey, go up and hug Kim Jong-un's brother at the airport.
That's like
I've seen these commercials where the Secret Service is "Don't be a mule." I've seen this on.
The Don't Be a Mule is fantastic.
I don't understand why the Secret Service is telling me this.
Don't be a mule to get drugs across lines. Is that what you're talking about?
Essentially,
Yeah.
or mission.
Don't be a fool.
Hey,
Don't be
I'll-
a mule.
I'll say don't do it because once you get in, you cannot get out.
Exactly.
So
How about
that's
you,
a
I think
danger.
Jay Leno had a story about that where he was doing jokes at a club in Jersey, and the mob bosses were there, and they tried to tell him like, "Hey, you want to earn some money on the side?" And he was like, "No, I'm fine." But then the mob boss was like, "You're a smart man." It was like,
Yeah,
that's
I've
smart.
been I've been told by a friend of mine that I used to work with who does some work for some Hell's Angels. He has a motorcycle shop and he handles all their shit. And he told me, he was like, and I don't know why, but he was like, don't ever get involved with them because they will never leave you alone and they'll always overpay what you want. Like if it's a $200 service, they'll pay you $400. So you owe them. That's what
owe a
they'll
favor.
bring it up.
Yep.
And so it's like anything. Don't be a mule.
yeah.
Don't be a mule. Don't take favors for free. You're always in debt to someone else.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I don't.
They pay you double so that they come back to you the next time and they're like, "Well, I'll give you $1,000 to do this."
Guess it's going to really racket their mind, though, when weed gets legalized. How you going to do then? I'm not a mule anymore, boys.
Meth. Gotta do meth and coke and heroin.
I can't wait for that shit to become legal.
Decriminalize meth like the West did.
Dude, people.
Or
be
You talking about like
zipped.
Colorado?
No, Oregon.
Yeah.
You'd be
Yeah.
a straw.
Oh, yeah,
You'd
yeah.
be a straw, plastic straw peddler.
Yeah.
Just on the side.
That's the only thing that's illegal there.
You open up your coat jacket and it's just plastic
You want
straws.
some straws and styrofoam, boys?
It's like I got bendy straws over here. I
Yeah.
got straight straws
All
over
kind
here.
of straws.
You want a cooler made out of white styrofoam?
I like the
I got McDonald's straws still in the paper.
I like the picture where it shows the guy snorting cocaine on a piece of glass, and it's like you see the plastic straw and the cocaine, and it's like one of these things is illegal in Oregon.
It's the straw.
It's a straw.
Yeah. The coke's fine.
Pretty soon it's going to be paper money.
What?
Yep.
They'll get rid of paper money.
They
for
should have got rid of that a while
galactic
ago.
credits.
That's sick sounding, dude. Galactic credits. I like the sound of that. Well, what else you got, Chris?
Oh, I mean, that was about it, man.
Well, I feel that was pretty successful.
Pretty.
I feel like we hit that FBI assassination slash CIA assassination slash Clinton assassinations pretty hard.
Kind of a little conspiracy-ish.
I guess.
A few facts in there.
I don't want to die, man.
Dude,
I ain't gonna do
come
nothing.
on. What? This isn't as dangerous as fucking calling the Order of the Nine Angles pussies.
I guess. I mean,
One of our 10 listeners has ties to Bush.
yeah.
I swear I thought I was going to get shanked in
At least
in
one of our
Home
listeners
Depot
has
the other day.
donated
Really?
to Bush.
I swear I was
I'm
going to
sure.
get shanked. I'm sorry, in Lowe's. I swear I was going to get shanked in Lowe's the other day. I was
Why?
looking at bags in the tool section, and a guy saw him right here standing next to me. And I took my AirPods out, and I knew he was going to talk to me. You just get that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You feel someone walking up to you.
he was like, these bags are nice. And I was like,
As he's like,
and that's when I looked at him, and he had a shaved head. He had tattoos all over his arm. He was a big white guy. And I was like, this is where
for the Brotherhood! He just starts stabbing you in the fucking
Was
head.
you about to get a recruitment speech?
I thought this is where I'm going to die.
In the Lowe's. That would be
Because
sad.
I was like, this is what they do. They figured me out. We pissed them off, and this is where they kill me.
They found me. It's just like ding, 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 ding,
And
ding, ding. Here at
for-
Lowe's.
And for real, he was talking to me for no fucking reason. And he was like, I bought one of these bags the other day, and they are nice. And I was like, they look nice, blah blah blah. And then he was talking to me about all the features, and then he was like, yeah, man, buy one. They're nice. See ya. And walked away. I was like, having a fucking internal heart attack.
This
I
guy, he was
swear.
reading you, dude. He was trying to recruit you.
Well, someone made it.
He was going to tell you to zip yourself up in one.
Either that or he wanted to be like your bear.
Say, hey, put your arm next to this thing. See how many bags he needs to buy.
So I was talking to my buddy the other day and told him that same thing. And he was like, and he made a joke that he was like following me around the store and followed me out in the parking lot. He was just trying to give me my debit card back that I
Yeah.
dropped while we were talking. And I obviously you guys haven't dealt with any close
I don't
calls.
think so.
That was not a close call. It just scared me.
Yeah.
He looked like a skinhead.
No, he legit got your license tag. He'll see you next week.
Yeah, he just gathered more information. He was a
Yeah.
recon for the club.
He was scouting you.
Great.
Great.
Got to
Just-
fuel the fear.
Yeah.
Just be careful what you say out there about people
Fuck
because
you,
it
Nine Angles.
could come back to bite you in
Fuck
the
you,
end.
Clintons.
That's fine. That's
Everything-
fine.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Bush. Fuck you, Epstein.
That's fine. We're not on their radar.
I'm just hoping that most of us don't believe what was said.
When
This whole narrative today.
it's all alleged.
I had
Alleged-
facts.
all right, there
Trump
we go.
almost died twice.
There is
What are you
a
talking about? Alan Dulles is a bad man.
No, but the whole timeline of
A man killed himself and stuck himself
JFK
inside a
dying
briefcase.
to MH348 going through a time loop into the World Trade Center 1.
hey, Hoover dressed up as a woman apparently.
Well, that's
Yeah, I didn't know that.
There's a Martin Luther King letter that told him to kill himself.
I don't know. I've just been thinking a lot about.
What?
Hopefully, people don't believe I'm that stupid to think.
Oh, you hope that everyone knows that this show is actually sarcasm
I
and
hope.
satire?
I mean, I've come across people who's like, "You really believe that, dude?"
All right.
Hey, wait, someone said
we,
that about?
should we put a disclosure right here? This is all comedy.
I feel like we have to.
getting it,
I feel
but-
like we have to do that on every episode. That and if you're insulted, if you're offended, then fuck off. Like I feel like we have to do that every
I believe
time.
my part.
I believe mine. I mean,
Hey, my part never tied to the fucking airplane. I'm just doing a loop round for the JFK assassassination.
I
I
still
think
like-
Hillary killed JFK Jr.
I still like 10 episodes ago when I said Harriet Tubman started BLM, but you
That
know,
was
whatever.
fake.
It's whatever.
yeah. Just be careful what
You
you
believe that?
Allegedly.
Just be careful what you put out there on the internet. You know, don't send dick pics to random girls you meet on Tumblr and TikTok and all these places. Your dick might come back to haunt you or used to blackmail you into paying money so your pic doesn't go to all your contact lists in your cell phone.
I still always wondered why they called it blackmail.
I don't know. What do you got, Chris?
I don't know, man. Just I'm kind of like We even somehow went into animal consent.
Oh, yeah. We talked about horse rape and horse blowjobs and ducks sucking each other
Like,
off.
obviously, the show's satire.
Yeah, I hope.
No,
If
this
it
is
quacks like a duck, if it walks like a
it
duck, if
sucks
it
like a
sucks
duck.
like a
That
duck.
fucking long bill trying to suck. I want to see that happen.
I want to see that on a shirt.
Affleck. Affleck.
If it laughs, if it walks, if it sucks.
So, yep, hoping you guys have a good Christmas or something like that.
Yeah, we'll
We're
do a
just
couple
starting.
more before then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prep for Christmas, man.
Yep.
Christmas is coming up.
Them
Enjoy
lights up,
enjoy
tinsel.
being around your family, but don't get too close to your family. Yeah.
No.
What do you got, Thomas?
Don't go to Walmart.
Why not?
People are crazy.
We don't support large businesses.
All right.
Yeah.
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 Go to the Korean grocery store down the road because that's the only other
They
grocery
charge
store.
5 times as much for toilet paper. One roll, $35.
Paper roll.
But they've got goo. They've got
Paper roll.
like ducks hanging up in there, dude. It's the only place you can get a duck.
I want
like
a
that.
duck. I'd like to have a duck.
They're dead.
I would like to grill a duck.
Oh, I got you.
You buy it as a
greasy.
pet and it just lays there.
Do something, duck.
Start sucking.
It's not working.
I don't understand.
You're using a duck as a pocket pussy.
You got to
You
ask for
just-
consent first.
You're just shoving your cock into the head of the duck.
I was just like,
Well, it's a dead duck.
Yeah, Thomas, play that one clip.
yeah, it's just like,
Well, an egg can come out of that thing, so I'm pretty sure we could fit inside the bottom of those bad boys.
Jesus.
All right.
What do you
Okay.
got, Alex?
Just spend time with your family. Appreciate your loved ones. Just appreciate what you have and everything.
oh, that's great.
Yeah, I love that, man. Tight.
What about you, man?
I'm with Alex on that one. I kind of said all my shit before you guys.
Yep. Well, everyone, just remember everything we said is true, factual, and we believe 100% everything that we do on this show.
Allegedly.
Here we go again.
If you enjoy our show, make sure to follow and subscribe to TACT Lab on social media. We're Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube to watch us and our pretty faces. You can support us at patreon.com/TACTLab. And wherever you're at, if you're on Instagram and everything, make sure to leave us a comment. Leave us a feedback. Give us a like, a follow, whatever it might be. If you're on iTunes, leave us a review, 5 stars. Helps out. You can also reach us at tactlabpod@gmail.com. That's TACTLABPOD@gmail.com. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.